So I got paint all over me. I just got finished painting. But I am 21 weeks, basically. Well, tomorrow I'll be 21 weeks. So I guess that counts. And I guess I want to talk about the symptoms. I feel like people don't really be honest about how pregnancy really is. And I wish I kind of had more videos on here where it kind of pinpoints like the weekly stages, because I've been out of the game, so I don't really remember it. So I'm looking at all of these pregnancy videos and I'm trying to, I guess, remember or know what to expect, if that makes sense. But this is my third pregnancy. I have serious gaps between the last two and now. So, but I'm 21 weeks, but I would say I just feel exhausted all the time, tired all the time, but you still got to do stuff. Like, hell, even putting on pants and stuff is a struggle. I have like pains in my sides. Sleeping is really bad. I have one of those body pillows, the pregnancy pillows, but I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's kind of aggravating. So I constantly have to flip back and forth all night because it seems like my right side, if I'm on it too long, it just, the whole body, the whole right side just feels numb. And then if I'm on the left side, around the hip area, it just hurts really bad. So I'm just constantly back and forth, but either way, it's gonna hurt. As far as eating, I don't really have that metal taste anymore like I used to. And I had that for a really, really long time, where it's like I couldn't really season food. I couldn't really taste food. It didn't taste like nothing. Even something to drink was a problem. I could only just have really extremely cold water, which I didn't like that before. I like room temperature. What else? I don't really feel too much movement. I don't see too much movement, but I have been checked, so the heartbeat is still good, so I'm good in that department. A lot of people keep telling me it happens later, but that's kind of weird. It shouldn't take too long. It shouldn't take a really long time to feel. So me being 21 weeks, I feel like you technically supposed to be pregnant, 40 weeks? And I feel like the month system that they have for pregnancy is just off and weird. So I guess I'm leading up until 6 months. So it's like me going up the stairs, going to the car, doing anything. You're just out of breath constantly. I feel like I'm breathing like a dragon all day long, no matter how much I blow my nose. It's just always going to be a problem. I feel like getting in the car is a problem now. I feel like I need to go higher up now, but I don't know who can switch cars like that. What else? Like I'm still before I slowed down when I first started the second trimester as far as using the bathroom, but now I feel like it's have increased. So I go all the time, and it's like you have to go when you feel it. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem. As far as the sneezing situation, yeah, that started where I constantly, have an issue with that. And then it was something else I wanted to say. Oh, nausea has come back. So, like the crackers and all that crap, that stuff don't be working like that. No Zofran, that stuff don't be working. I still take B6 every day. And I have to mix it with like a sleeping pill. I forgot the name of it. And that's equivalent to Diclégis, which is very expensive nausea medicine. So I've been doing that every day faithfully. I've been taking the baby aspirin because if you have serious issues of high blood pressure, preeclampsia and stuff, you start taking that, but you take the 81 milligrams. So I am taking that. I've been taking that for a while now. I make sure I take that, as well as the prenatal. So it's kind of like I have to take a lot of pills every day. You just have to do a lot every day. And it's just, I'm not going to, you are excited, but at the same time, your body has to go through so much for 40 weeks. And I just feel like, why does it have to take so long? Why is it so long? Like, I don't understand that. And then you get some of the most miserable symptoms, and you're constantly worried 24/7 every single day because, you know, anything can happen from when you find out to whatever your due date is. And they don't really tell you that. And it's just really glorified like you don't gain weight, you're okay, you still can live a normal life, and it's just a fun aspect. No, it's not like that. So I try to do these videos and be real with people, but I see it's not really getting any traction. Don't nobody really care. But I guess it's a way for me to look back at the process from start to finish and see how it was. But a lot, what I've seen so far on TikTok and stuff, girls haven't really gained any weight. They're just all stomach. I feel like I've gained a lot of weight, which I have. So that's another thing I always have to worry about is what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and stuff like that. Because, you know, you can tell you've gained weight because you can't really fit stuff, or, you know, you can tell. But so that's something that I'm always worried about is the weight gain. They told me that I've accumulated too much weight in just the first and second trimesters, and I still got a whole nother trimester to go to. So that's a lot of pressure, and that make you feel some type of way. Cause it's like, damn, you eating for somebody else too, but then you gotta watch what you eat and how much you eat. How that work? But I don't know what else to say. That's all I can remember right now. But if I remember any symptoms or any pain, like I just always feel heavy, like I have like a basketball in my shirt, if that makes sense. You always feel something there. And then the one thing I noticed, you didn't notice how many times like you actually drop stuff and you have to constantly bend over. I've never really noticed how many times I bend over in a day until now. So, but yeah, if y'all have any recommendations, comments, concerns, or just want to suggest anything, just leave it below.